Okay, y'all, little update. I moved all this out here so hardening off wouldn't be so time consuming. I have these on heat mats. These are peppers up here. This is herbs. They're on a heat mat. They're doing okay. I'm just waiting. These peppers are taking forever as usual. I've actually got to plant some more peppers, ghost peppers, and California Reaper peppers for my husband that he requested. So after I get back from town today, while I'm in town, I'll pick up some more seed starting mix and potting soil. These are just different things that I've planted. This is a jelly melon, cucumber. It's doing really well. Now this is not on a heat mat, and they have done better than the stuff that's on the heat mats. Let's see what this is. Black Beauty eggplant. This one. Black creme tomato. Blueberries tomato. They're actually doing better the second time around than they did the first. Purple tomatillo. Cucamelon. Look how good that's doing. I was expecting that to take stinking forever, because that's pretty much what I heard. And no heat mat, just this little greenhouse tent on my front porch that is actually, I don't know what's facing, but it only gets evening sun out here on the porch, over here where this is. So, blueberries. Okay, I already pulled that one. Napa Chardonnay blush tomato. I got that from the seed swap. Let's see. Big Sun Gold tomato. One has done. And what is this one? The dragon fruit hasn't. I'm not surprised. That's going to take forever and probably 2 days. Aunt Molly's ground cherries. They've done nothing. But I'm still waiting. I'm going to put them on a heat pad, I think. This is a beefsteak tomato I got from the Swede seed swap. Right here. And okay, so this is fenugreek from the seed swap. Fennel. Barrage. Got a little bit of dill. I'm having the hardest time getting dill to do anything. I'm still waiting. I'm so excited about the curry. Let's see. Let me just pull all this up so y'all can see. The toothache plant back here hasn't done anything yet. Still a little cool. Oregano. Let's see. Fennel, yeah. Chives. And lemon balm. So I'm still waiting. But like I said, it's cool outside. They're on a heat mat, but still. And like I said, these are all peppers, so they're going to take forever and a day. These right here are like overachievers that have come up. I was surprised that the Arise Campolo was actually the first thing right here to germinate. Okay. That's the second round of seeds. I have one more round of seeds and then I'll be done. I think. Here's a bunch of tomatoes. They're not looking the greatest. I wasn't expecting them to shoot up the way they did, but I've been pinching the bottom leaves off. They're doing a lot better now that I've hardened them off. There's some that are like craziness, like curling. And then there's my prickly pear cactus. Some catnip, doing well, but it's shading all my other stuff out on my marigold and whatever else that is. I forgot. I just stick stuff everywhere to grow surprise stuff. I've got some garlic in here that I actually bought at the grocery store. And then these radishes. I didn't amend any of the soil. I just stuck them in here to see what would happen because I just really love radishes raw. I can tell you I probably need some like phosphorus or something because they've been in here a couple weeks. No big bulbs. But I do like to eat the greens. And this part really does still taste like a radish. Some more garlic and a little cherry tomato in here. Bunch of tomatoes. I really need to plant my elderberry pretty soon. But the wet spot in our yard that stays kind of moist, that they like, we got to have some trees cut first so I can plant them there, and I don't want them to get squished. These are all flowers. I got some tomatoes just planted over there as an experiment. Did not amend the soil, just stuck them in the ground. Same thing over here. Just as an experiment and just because I wanted to dig in the dirt. Little lemon balm. Just some of that's daisies. I don't know what the other stuff is. Like I said, I just stick stuff in pots. This is a hot and spicy pepper and banana pepper, and then a sweet banana pepper. More tomatoes. Of course, and my succulents. I'm going to take y'all to we put down some of that really thick, good quality weed barrier fabric right here on the smaller spot. That's where the greenhouse will be going when they deliver it. I didn't want any critters nesting under there. I didn't want anything like that happening. I didn't want the grass to grow up under there and be kind of snaky. I mean, I'm in Louisiana, so we do get snakes. So it'll be sitting up on one row of blocks, and I'll put 10 around it to keep any critters out, cats or whatever, having babies and rabbits and whatever. And then I had this tailed up when the fella come bush hog the other day. Looks really nice back there. So this will be some stuff. And then I want to try growing the giant pumpkins. So they'll probably be right over there. And some squash. And I'll probably do corn and okra back here, or maybe just corn. Not real sure yet. I have to really get my seeds out and figure out what I'm putting where. I have to pull this a little tighter. All this right here will be raised beds, like I've said before. I mowed out here right before it started raining yesterday. This will be prettier. I'm going to put a window box there with some pretty flowers, but it needs a little work. And I planted some strawberries here. Like I said, it was raining this morning. It was gross. It was cold. We had a cold snap. Anyway, they're looking pretty good. Can't complain at all. I want to get some more and fill in a little bit more. Oh, and let's see. What else can I show y'all? There's a lot going on inside our house too. We're having some flooring. Some floors repaired. My house is over 100 years old. So it does have problems. And so there's some roses that my husband bought me. He's bought me a rose bush every year on Valentine's Day, because I absolutely will not let him buy me roses that will die. And my elephant ears, y'all, they get huge, like enormous. And I love them, but anyway. These little pots I made into self-wicking. There's some little roses in there. They are actually miniature tea roses. I water it through this pipe. Any excess comes out that little tubing. There are water bottles in the bottom of that I've cut. So I only have to water that just a little bit. And y'all can see all this wandering dew. I love that stuff. I just poke it everywhere. And there's some tomatoes, like I said, I just randomly, as an experiment, just threw it in the ground. And this is the first time I've ever been able to grow a stinking marigold in this ground. And I have tried for 3 or 4 years. And then more of my prickly pear cactus. This is not going to stay here, but I had to get it in the ground. They've got to cut this tree that was topped, and when they do and grind the stump, I'm putting the cactus over there by the fence. My new car. And then I just randomly planted kale. You probably can't see it. That is dinosaur kale. Iceberg lettuce. I don't do anything to it. I wanted to see what would happen if I neglected it. Millie, okay. We don't need an issue, sister. Oh, Millie, move, sister. Something right there. Like I said, I just randomly come out here and stuck stuff in the ground. That's little gem lettuce. And that's some broccoli. Got some cauliflower somewhere. That's probably what that is right there. I have a granddaughter that likes to pull my little markers. And she's fast. She's almost 2. She is so fast. I got to clean all this junk up. And I used a cattle panel for this. I'm going to paint it out white. This is my Eden rose, my Eden climbing rose. It's beautiful, but I've been fertilizing it this year. And then I moved these knockout roses here. I had an Eden climbing rose over here, but my husband ran over it with the lawnmower. But that's another knockout. And then that's my Confederate jasmine. And I moved it from up yonder over here and started wrapping it around this old thing. This is actually an old piece of a futon. And then this beauty right here is a hosta, variegated. And I am so excited about this plant. And I'm going to make this into a mushroom bed. It's a lot of rotting wood in there, leaves. I'm going to put when they grind the stumps, I'm putting the ground stumps in there. And there's paper in there. And I'm going to grow some mushrooms in there. So just want to give y'all a little update. Show y'all what I've got going on around here. So